the first natural step they should take in getting into photography? Where do they start?
The truth is that you first of all have to have the passion for it. So that for emphasis, it's better that you run through a school.
Okay.
First of all, you run through the basic handling of the camera, you understand and you bond yourself to the camera. It's easier for you to move to the next level.
There are many parts in the creative industry that are not generally known to all of us as individual professions within the same industry. At the end of the day, we watch a movie, we watch a cartoon, we watch a documentary, whatever. We don't even know what really goes into it, how many people are involved with it. Now, because we're handling creative industry in this part of Ignite Season 2, we're looking at the different fields within it and the different jobs that are possible in those areas and the skills and talent required in order to be able to get involved in it. I have a guest who is from the design part of the creative industry. His name is Ibrahim Ganiyu. Because I don't want to mix it up, I want to be clear about his profession. So I'm going to read it to you so that we understand what his work actually entails. He's a concept developer, a communications designer, an illustrator, an animator, a 3D stroke 2D animator, and he runs a design company called Imperial Creations Studio. Ibrahim, you're welcome to the program.
Nice to meet you.
So many technical words. You do so many things, one head.
Yes.
You know, so just help us to understand what your work entails so that those who have talents in that area can begin to understand that this is an area they can get involved with.
Okay, because of the scope of graphics as a very broad study,
Yes.
I'm involved in communication design, that's logo design, identity design for businesses, product packaging design, set designs for shows and programs. We do animation required, illustration to express further in the graphic sense of things, developing icons and characters for products, for services, for businesses and all.
Okay, so what are the core competencies required to do what you do?
First and foremost, what's really required in a lot of creative job is the passion first. You need to want to do it. It needs to be something you want to do, that's first.
Okay.
Then creativity, which often is vague to define in any way. Creativity is required, and then with that comes imagination. You have to have a very active imagination. Okay. Now, the two things I mentioned, creativity and imagination, don't function without knowledge. So it is very, very important to get information, knowledge. It is key. No information is wasted to the graphic designer. Everything comes in useful as you begin to design and communicate. You cannot create if you don't have information, if you don't know. You can only create from what's already existing. So as a graphic designer, it's important for you to know, one, what people have designed before you, what kind of design history have been around before you started to design, so that you can, one, avoid certain things, and two, create better things from what is on ground.
Okay, tell us, what's your background?
Okay, I am a graphic design graduate from Yaba College of Technology.
Okay, so there's a course called graphic design.
Yes,
okay, so
indeed.
which other disciplines can readily operate in the design world?
Generally, no knowledge is wasted once you want to get into design. If you are a graduate of, say, sociology, for instance,
Yes.
that means you understand people.
Yes.
You know and study people and patterns and what they do.
Yes.
That means you know what they want to see, what they want to hear. All you now need is the tool to translate all that knowledge into graphic design and a brief knowledge about graphic design itself. Then you can carry on with it.
So what kind of, say I'm following your process.
Yes.
So all you now need is the tool.
Yes.
What kind of tools and what kind of knowledge and how can we get it?
Okay. A good knowing how to use your hand is important as a graphic designer. I mean, there's a lot of people say you need to just design, go to the computer, call on softwares to get designs for you. But I believe a designer is grown better when they can use their hands to sketch out the ideas first. So that means learning basically how to draw is important.
Or somebody who can naturally draw. Or somebody who is arty.
Exactly.
What do you need to take your business to the next level? Expert advice? Affordable financing? State-of-the-art technology? A partner you can trust. At First Bank, we can help with that. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out how we can help you grow your business. First Bank.
Assuming I naturally cannot draw, okay, but I'm very, very computer literate and I love technology. If I can't draw but I can dream, I can imagine, then that means that if I have the right software, I can still do work. Okay, I'm just trying to remove all the barriers so that I don't say, oh, I can't do that, I can't draw. No, no. So you're saying even if you can't draw, you can still get into it, as long as you can dream and you can imagine.
You can visualize, you can imagine it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's all we need.
That's all you need.
Okay. So where will we work?
The industries,
yes.
The various industries. Well, a graphic designer is required in practically every facet of other industries around. We're sitting in a graphic design structure right now, the set design.
Okay, somebody designed this.
Somebody designed all of this, the logo for Ignite. Everything around us presently was designed by somebody first before it became what we're sitting in right now. Okay. So then you go into the fashion world, magazine design, advertising, food packaging, food advertising, displays, marketing, weddings, practically everything the graphic design is required. Some people specialize specifically in designing wedding materials only, wedding ivies, wedding proposals, wedding packs, labels, wraps, and things specifically for just weddings. Some design only for birthdays specifically, and then you can go into the other aspects of things like that.
Okay, tell us the economics of it. What kind of naira and kobo are we talking about?
Well, it depends really, because it's something from the mind and often not easily valued. Valuable, cannot give value to it almost instantly. But anything from, depending on what you do, I can take a design, for instance, say a design for a logo. Let's talk about a logo. That's the basic brand for a company. It can go anything from 80,000 naira to 300,000 naira, even $1 million, depending on what you're designing for.
Okay, that's one.
That's a logo. Then things like posters, billboards, those designs.
And the elections are coming
And the elections
soon.
are coming up.
Yeah.
Posters generally, I mean, posters, if you're not taking the photography, if you're just putting the design together, everything to design the posters set from 50,000 naira upwards, depending on how many posters you're designing and then the use. I mean, how long are the posters going to be around for? You know, and all that. So
okay, do you get to charge for time?
No, you can negotiate that. It depends, because oftentimes people don't want to pay the full price of your design up front. Okay. They like the idea of, okay, fine, what if I stop using this in 2 months? Yeah. So, I mean, that means I can't be paying you the overall price right now for that. So you can break it down a little from that point. That means you can still use the design for somebody else over time. Okay. Because once you design and the design is paid for, it is no longer yours. You have already completed.
So when you move into like animation, what kind of figures are there?
Well, that's a whole different field. It's as good as producing movies. A typical animation, let's say a music video, for instance, 4 minutes, could be anything from 700,000 naira to like 2.5 million. Yeah.
So all these Nigerian music stars, you work with them?
Yes, we have done some music videos, like Lagbaja's Surulere music animation video, the very first one.
Okay.
And then we did some things for Woli Malam as well.
For Holy Malam and all that. And we're talking, how much did you say again?
700,000 naira.
From 700 to about 2.5 million.
It depends on the complexity of the animation.
For 4 minutes.
4 minutes of animation.
How much time will it take you to achieve that?
It depends on the style. That's why I say it depends on the complexity. It can take anything from 4 weeks to 4 months.
Well, not bad. I mean, 2.5 million for even 4 months.
It's worth it.
It's good. It's
more
good.
than worth it.
Great. If you have to advise someone on the steps to take to get into the industry, what would you tell them?
Okay. I mean, it all starts with the passion first. Get your passion right. Make sure it is something you really want to do. I tell everybody that because it's important. Okay. If you don't want to do it, you can strive forever and still not make a head of it. Start by just designing. Don't worry about whether it's good enough or the best design you've ever come up with. Just design. And then one of the best ways to design that I found out, I did this when I was younger and I found that it helps, is copy. Okay. If you really want to be a good designer, copy. Take out a design that really tickles your fancy and then reproduce it, repeat it. Try and replicate that design.
As many times?
As many times as possible. Pick as many designs as possible and replicate them. Over time, you begin to match that design for its quality, and then that means you have already moved on and gotten better at the same time. So copying works.
Okay.
Learn to copy, learn to do as many designs as possible to build a portfolio of some sort. Okay. So that even if you are not getting a job yet, you have the idea of what people might be looking for. Somebody's looking for a logo, you have already done 20 designs of logos for companies that don't exist.
Okay.
You know, and then it's possible for somebody to look at those logos and say, look, I want this, and then adjust it for my company. And that will be that. You already have done the job and just get paid for it. So start by just building your portfolio, design things, have them stored up, save them up, and keep them with you constantly from there. And then pitch the ideas. There are lots of industries that don't have the cash to pay heavily for logo design, for instance.
Yes.
One of the programs I started with earlier is Lagos Business School and some other business schools like that. I went there, met just freshly graduating business people, and then offered to design their logos for them at a minimum price of 25,000 naira.
Okay.
So I mean, you have like 10 people asking you to design logos like that. You have 250,000 naira in a month, and that's more than enough to get you by. So it's a way to do it. Look for people who need the services you offer, and they are all over the place. Yeah. They're all over the place.
You don't even need to charge 25,000. You know, a lot of your contemporaries, young graduates, finish youth service, they're thinking of business, they still need a business card, they need a logo. Yes. Find 10 of them, 5,000 naira, exactly. It's 50,000 naira. After you do the first 10, they will tell the others that, remember that guy we were in camp together? He's doing this, the next 10 and the next 20, and then the price begins to move from 5,000 to 7,500. And as they grow, you grow with them. Sometimes you need to just find a way to get in. You know, these guys are already in the business, but you are about to start. Look for the areas of least resistance. The guys who themselves cannot go to a guy like this, they can't afford the Ganiyus of this world. So you find them first before they find somebody else, and offer them your own service. Use them as your guinea pig to learn and to break into the industry. The tendency always in business is that people you start with, you can also grow with if you do it right and you show them value and you give value. Any questions you'd like to ask him about this industry? Okay, you're very quick.
My name is Uju Lillian. I'm a computer science graduate.
Okay.
I'm a graphic artist. I work with Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. I have a whole lot of challenges. I don't know if you face that kind of challenge. Whenever I work, my basic challenge is printing. The printers tend to collect most of the profit I make. I don't know if you also print and if you have any other challenge. Thank you.
Printing, it's an aspect of graphic design that a lot of people get wrong, and then there are several printers around these parts, Lagos specifically, who don't fully understand the job they're doing and even the design process. But one thing I found out that works is to do this. Design with your printer in mind. Have your printer meet with you before you even design. understand the printer's process, the jobs he has done before, and where he may have problems. Identify the places he may have problems. Oftentimes you see some printers, the color that baffles them is red, or their printing comes out with too much red. So when you're designing for them, reduce the red content in your design. So ultimately the design print comes out exactly as you want it, because you know they're still going to go ahead that way.
Let's put our hands together for Ibrahim Ganiyu. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for encouraging our people about how to get involved in design. And I'm sure that as many as are interested in your area, you'll be available to help us mentor them.
Always.
Thank you.
Always.
Are you a creative person? Are you looking for the right partner to help you transform your talent into your business? We can help with that. First Bank SME Connect. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out more. First Bank.
Are you a Nigerian? Do you have a business idea but lack the initial capital? AGDC, in partnership with Lagos State Government, the Chair Center Group, founded by Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika, presents through an online contest, Ignite Ideas Contest, to give seed capital of 100,000 Naira each to 1,100 people and 1-year business mentorship. There is more. You also get access to credit facility from one of the biggest banks in the country. All you have to do is log on to www.igniteideas.org to register and fill the application form. You should also follow them on their social media pages. Facebook, www.facebook.com/IgniteIdeasContest. Twitter, @IgniteContest. Hurry and give your business ideas some life.
Tell me where you see yourself in the next so many years. Your long-term plan for this venture that you're into now. Your long-term dream. Let me start with you.
Okay, I'm looking forward to the time where entrepreneurs is, when you talk about entrepreneurship in Nigeria, you need information, you need empowerment, you need to know about events, you need to know about what's happening, opportunities, anything around entrepreneurship in Nigeria. You think about, let me check it on entrepreneurs, let me check the app, so in the next 2-3 years, that's where we'll be.
Okay, but I hope that as you've done that, you've also, remember something I always said on the program, show me what? Show me the money. So I hope you've seen the money.
Yes.
Okay. I like the plan, but at the end of the plan, I always want to see the money. So you have to show me how the beautiful plan
will result into money.
Will result into, because at the end of the day, every business is only sustainable if it's profitable. So you have to make sure that part of it is secured. So as you look through the plan, make sure you can see the money trace.
Yes.
All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
In the next 5-10 years, I see Atel Creations being the #1 social, cultural or social creative industry. And then the plan is going to be to have at least an artwork in every heart, an artwork in every home. So at least irrespective of the social status of the people we have as far as Nigeria is concerned, and even abroad, we'll have a heart piece created by Atel Creations on the wall or any other place.
America?
Okay, my long-term goal is to be a major player in the industry, most especially storytelling, telling the story of Africa to the whole world. It is one of my key visions for Aborigine Media. I want to tell the story of Africa to the world, and I want to be foremost and be a force to reckon with in that field. Taking Lion King, for example, it's an African story to me, but it was told to us by a white man. When I sit and reflect on things like this, I feel bad, and I'll be like, there are a lot of stories by Africa. Take Lagos, for example, or maybe from the Igbo extraction where I come from. There are a lot of stories, and it's a big content. is a very big content. I want to be a major player in disseminating and changing the focus of Africa and Nigeria eventually to the whole world.
And telling the Nigerian and African stories in a way we can retain the interest of the next generation. Because our children are caught up with watching Disney World or Disney TV and a lot of stuff, and the value system coming through a lot of those contents are not consistent with our value system as a people. And we do need to take hold of that and get it back. Otherwise, we're selling out the souls of many generations to come. So your vision is important, and your goal is key to nation building and to generations to come. So I really trust God that you succeed with it, and I know you will. I can see the fire in your eyes.
Thank you, Mom.
All right, Gafar.
Okay, looking at my own background and my profession, I see myself and my team being a solution to the transport problem we have in Lagos, in Nigeria, because we're coming up, I and my partner are coming up with a company named City Escape. The City Escape concept came out of the transport that we're talking about, because all of us here cannot come without transportation. So the City concept behind the City is transportation. Transportation, if you move about, you see what the city is and how the city, you enjoy, you feel the vibe from the city. So I see myself and my team being a major player in the solution of transport.
Well, I like the fact that even though you're a town planner, you've chosen the segment of the town that you want to specialize in, and that's transportation for you. And that for me is key, because a lot of people do not go through the process of identifying within the context of who they are or where their skill sets are, the particular segment where they want to build in. And you've narrowed it down. That always makes it easier to build and to run with. People play too many multiple fields without first specializing. And you see, the thing is, within each specialization, there are multiple fields. So ultimately, even in transportation, you can do multiple lines of transportation. You can still have multiple streams of income. In furniture, I have multiple lines in the same industry. We have more than one factory doing different things, and there are other segments of it, and you can continue because your position, because you're focused on that industry, you're positioned to see the different streams of opportunity in the industry and take it. And you've proven yourself, so it's easier for you to keep building around that. So I'm very proud of all of you.
Thank you, man.
And my challenge is still, make me proud as you continue to deploy your talents and you build to the future. And don't forget to pay it forward, because you're my pay forward project.
Exactly. But in addition to, it's a good program, and we really appreciate the effort and the challenges and the sacrifices you put in the Ignite program. And we are products today, and I'm sure everyone will pass it on, because obviously our kids will be one of the beneficiaries. No, seriously.
Exactly.
Because it's an aspect missing out now.
Yeah.
The ladies are picking up careers, the guys are picking up careers, so it's something we need to create time for the home, we need to give time for the children.
Thank you very much.
Madam,
Even
like
as we
thank you.
You're most welcome. My pleasure. And I, on behalf of all of you, say thank you to Lagos State, the governor, who have made huge investment in Ignite as a project and continue to make investment in it. And First Bank as an institution, and if you know, this year First Bank is 120 years old.
Yes.
So when you can understand why they will be passionate about helping to build the next generation of Nigerians, because they've seen 120 years of Nigeria, and they know that if the future isn't secured, then we're all at risk. But they know that we will outlive our generation and the generations after. And they want to be a part of helping that next generation to emerge.
Do you want to grow your business by selling to people in different ways? We can help with that. First Bank SME Connect. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out more. First Bank.
Send in your comments, questions, and shoutouts to our Facebook page, facebook.com/IgniteTV, Twitter/IgniteTVNG, and check out our website, www.ignite-tv.com. For extras on Ignite, visit our YouTube account on www.youtube.com/IgniteTV Nigeria for lots more about the show and lots of useful information on building your business.